Hi again. I'm fed, less cranky, less angry, but still tired. All right, so food was good. Um, Grilled steak, yes, in like 25 to 26-degree weather. The weather's been going up and down. So the other day we got it up to, well, it was up to like 45 and then up to like 56 or so, which was nice. I went outside and I was like, oh wow, that's kind of good. Not like warm, but it was chilled, but not freezy. It was quite overcast day still, so it was nice. But yeah. Grilled cheese went pretty good. I put garlic and onion powder in there. There was butter and um, Mexican three cheese. I burned my thumb just a smidge because when I went to go turn over something, I had, with my hand had the spatula. This is my right hand. I know it's inverted. It's okay. It's all right if you don't know. Um, so I tried to use the spatula to flip over the thing, and it started to come apart, and I was like, oh, really quick, and then I went, ah. I'm like, ah, yeah, okay, all right, got it. Physics still matter. Owie boo boos happen. Is that a bumper car? It is bumper car. Ooh, bumper car. Have Have you ever seen Peter Gabriel's um, Sledgehammer music video? You totally need to watch it. Hmm.
I looked into it on Patreon. Even if people cancel their membership, they still prepaid for it. So that means that money is still going towards your Patreon account, even if they cancel their membership, and they retain that membership access for the next 30 days,
Mm.
except that it doesn't automatically renew for them when they cancel, but you get paid regardless. So
I never had anybody hit my Patreon. They come into my Patreon. They watch the videos, but nobody has ever put anything into it.
anyone who subscribes to you, there's a difference between following and subscribing.
They haven't.
Okay, well, I mean, because you were telling me before that like
That people were watching it, and I didn't know how they were doing it. I was like, they could have
because
been
you didn't get
canceling it, or
no, they're watching it because
other people.
you didn't gate it. You
I
gotta
did.
put you get if you put it behind a paywall,
Yeah.
that means somebody paid for access to get behind that paywall, which means that even if they cancel their membership, you have money waiting for you in your payments tab. That's all I'm saying. I looked into it.
Let me show
And you
you.
can cash out as long as you have a positive balance. That's straight from the Patreon website.
Okay, so
So if I'm
here
saying,
is my insights. Okay,
mm-hmm,
membership 0,
okay,
earnings 0, post. Oh, I've had 6 views on the 2 days ago. I had 1 view yesterday.
okay, your posts need to be behind a higher paywall.
A higher paywall.
Yes, people need to. If you want people to pay to see your videos, they need to be behind a higher paywall. You need to double check this and double check your payouts too. The payouts tab is where you withdraw from. All right, so
0.
okay, well, if you do get something there, what I'm saying is you need to look deeper into it because obviously you didn't set it up right.
I did too. I walked through with a video.
You need to set it behind a higher level paywall and make it so it's restricted content that can only be seen behind the paywall. That's the whole point of Patreon.
Well, see, what I was told was that there are people who get, um, they give subscriptions to Patreon and whatnot, and they go through everybody else's stuff and
I don't
just
know
a
where you've heard
sample.
that. I looked into this myself. Okay, you need to use the platform. It's a good platform, and you need to make sure that your stuff is behind a high level paywall, so that people can't see it unless they pay for it.
My
Unless they pay for a subscription. So subscription only access. That's how you do it. All right. Worth figuring out. Trust me.
I have the option of Patreon only, flipping Patreons, or a select tier.
Okay, so increase the tier for your stuff, and you need to look deeper into it than just the menus. There's going to be more information on how to do this to make it paywall only content. Okay? You need to look into it. You can't just stop at the first seeming obstacle. It's something you're not doing, and that's what I'm getting at. Okay? I'm just trying to be helpful here and realistic. You presented a weird problem, and obviously Patreon couldn't exist if it actually operated on the model you were suggesting it does. So I researched it, and it turns out I'm right. So you just need to make it more difficult for your stuff to be seen. Paywall only.
I like milk. If you're not familiar where milk comes from, I'm sorry. Someone's bound to tell you eventually. Normally it's filled with happiness and good vibes and feelings and whatnot, so milk. It's like the sky is running away. Alright, I am definitely going to need some food. You think I should raid this village for its like food? It's like a little bit of food. You punk. I was only considering it. I'll never know. Only taking a little bit. $24 is a little bit. I am far away from home. I will leave them a down payment, okay? Trying to think of what might be important to them. I could leave all my raw iron. That's pretty damn important to me. Trade for a trade. What the flip? Really? Did they really place this on top of... I'm leaving that for them. Payment. Well, like they weren't gonna, you know, figure out how to muck up iron, melt iron. They have armorers and toolsmiths. I'm pretty sure they're familiar with the process. I'm taking the gold. Alright. Payment done. I'm pretty sure 24 of these is not going to go to waste. I'm going to burn through it pretty damn hard. And they got 9? 7. Sorry, they got 7. Where'd I get 9 from? Oh. They got 7 flippin' iron in there. Mother flipper. Looking for a bed to sleep in. What the flip? Oh, I freaked out. Alright, so that was bad. I realized what happened, okay? I did not know that there was a creeper behind me. I was not aware. This doesn't even look proper. I need to get the flip out of here. Something else happens. It really disappeared. It's crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, anyways, I followed this damn instruction video and everything. They said nothing about like pay locks and whatnot. They said I need to make tiers for my Patreon, to put price tags on the tiers, and if people watch the wanted to watch that tier, they'd have to pay for that tier. And I'm like, okay, that seems simple enough. I don't know about the security crazy thing. I don't know. And I also looked up people are able to get around certain things because of this and that. Oh, flip. And someone told me that they're able to see it because other people purchase their subscriptions and stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I don't want to knock down the flowers. Looks like I accidentally might though. Didn't know there were flowers there. I'm just like, okay. So the money thing has come into question again. I don't know what you want me to do. It's like I was learning how to code games, not flipping surf the web and all this other stuff. I didn't really grow up with a computer when I was younger. It was, we could do a book report, and that's only if we were harassive, and it was always last minute because it was like, you can do that later. You can do that later, I'm busy. You can do that later. It's like, George, it's due tomorrow. It's like, well, why did you wait till now? And I was like, you kept telling us the flipping, we could do it later. It's like, what the flip do you want from me? Whatever. That's why they say, listen that. He was addicted to the computer. So he was always on AOL, possibly Yahoo, and whatchamacallit. He had a gateway, one of those with the little cow mascot. I was like, okay. It was a nice computer too. The only computer I got to play with was in typing, but we weren't doing anything other than typing. And then the Oregon Trail in my speech class, because I had a lisp and a stutter. Woohoo. Still have the lisp a bit, comes out here and there. And the stutter only comes out when I'm nervous or anxious. But, so, what our Oregon Trail thing was, it was, a little Flip, what do you call that? It was like a little adventure, but everybody kept dying from dysentery, so we had to keep starting over when there was only like one player. She would like hard shut off the game and then restart it. It was like, okay. So we never really played the game. I was like, well, we could always just, read what everybody else is, doing. Because we were supposed to make a move and then read the sentence out loud. And it was supposed to be engaging. It's like, okay, yeah, sure. Engaging, woohoo, our Oregon Trail. But, it's a slow-paced, moving RPG where you get to input. You get a choice between, I think, two to four choices given the action that is happening on the screen. So you would choose if you wanted them, like, oh, this person is thirsty. Do you want them to drink? It doesn't say where they're drinking from. It doesn't say what they're going to be eating. It doesn't give you the option to cook the food beforehand. Oh, they're hungry. Maybe they should have cooked the food instead of like damn near killing themselves on the food. Like, damn. I think I was headed the other direction because this was full of snow. It's the exact opposite of what I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay. But now we found another village. That's nice. But, yeah, that was the extent of, our thing. Oh, you gotta do some of the book reports. There were like 4 to 5 computers in one of the classrooms. We would all have to take turns on it. It's 25 of us would have to take turns on it, and there wasn't enough time in the day, especially when people were fooling around and not honestly doing what they should have been doing. And they're all like, oh, I'm doing it, but yet they're sitting there trading notes and flipping, being awful. I legit told the teacher that we didn't have a computer because it was George's, and my sister's like, well, my half sister, she's like, yeah, we do, like, we have a computer. And I was like, no, that's George's. And she's like, oh, he'll share and blah blah blah. And I'm like, right. Are you kidding me? Did they really just magically appear in there? Flip. I need to sleep. There we go. Oh wow. Oh wow. He's gonna go. Rest in peace. I'm trying to omit some of the story because it doesn't look nicely on certain persons in the story. It makes them seem like a very horrible person, and I'm trying not to do that. But I have some knowledge of certain things conspiring and people sabotaging and not being a very nice family member. But you know. But anyways, I'm done being hangry. Right now I'm pretty good with my garlic, onion, flipping grilled cheese, and a steak that I ate. It was quite filling. It was tasty. Maybe if I walk down this, oh well. I don't know. I'm looking at all these cows like I could just start eating cows. It's like I just ate steak. I could start eating cows. So, I think the worst thing possible was for for George to hold me back in 3rd grade. I got a D in 3rd grade with math and social studies because I hated social studies. But I got that up to a B, and I wasn't getting math very much because it was word problems, and I didn't understand that the concept that there were hidden numbers inside these words, okay? Inside these little X's and Y's and all this good stuff. I couldn't grasp that concept. Nobody was able to explain it to me until I was repeating the 2nd grade. Because when I was younger, I still do this now. I make my capital E's kind of like a 3. Okay, well, teacher thought that they were helping and sat there and kind of yelled at me every time I did this, and it kind of, shocked me, and I was unable to grasp the concept that numbers were like, okay, so she was like, numbers are numbers and letters are letters. You can't use numbers as letters, and vice versa. And I was like, oh, okay. So I tried making my E's straight lace like everybody else, but I reverted back to it because I was like, wow, that was such a lie. That was such a huge lie about flipping numbers, like not like words hiding numbers and whatnot. I was like, wow. Because when you get to like calculus and whatnot, it's in algebra, x equals this and minus that and da da da. I was like, well, where are the numbers? It took a a boy being forced to help me when we got back to that part because I was redoing the 3rd grade. So I was getting like flipping A's, again in most of the subjects because I was already relearning the same things. And my my half sister was in my class, okay? And she was in the other 3rd grade, but I was in the same 3rd grade because I didn't want to be in the same grade as my sister. And so when I went through summer school was pretty much, they threw a bunch of worksheets at you and told you to do them. That was summer school. There was no, okay, we saw that you were having trouble with this, let's try to do a little course and, help you figure out how we can better teach you how to do this. No. It wasn't like that. It was, do these. If you have any questions, I'm at the front of the room. And then they were just sitting there looking through a newspaper. And yes, I asked the questions, and I was like, well, how do you do it? And he's like, how you do what? And I was like, this stuff. And he was like, algebra? He's like, you just do it. And I was like, what? I was like, okay, just pretend like I was never taught how to do it. How would you teach someone how to do it? He's like, you just do it. And then he's like, go get out of here. Go do your worksheets. And I was like, oh, good. This is the teaching profession. Good stuff, So I had to go to summer school for math and social studies, and I was told even though I didn't like social studies, I still had to flip and do it. And I was like, because I thought it was a waste of time. Because, okay, there are things that they teach you about your region and whatnot that aren't always pretty, because sometimes your forefathers had done some naughty things, or sometimes the people around your forefathers had done some really awful things, and I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with it. I was already dealing with enough at home, and I didn't want to deal with it. So I would refuse to do some of the worksheets and whatnot. I would do their flipping, the stuff and everything, and I'd go through, but I wasn't going to do the homework assignments. I didn't want to bring that kind of awful thing not only home, but back to the school and then back to home again. And I was just like, this is lame. I hate it. I don't want to do it. I even sat there and I yelled at a flipping teacher once. Because I was like, this is so ridiculous. I was like, they keep repeating the same cycles. And she's like, what are you talking about? I said, I hate this. And she's like, all right, calm down. Tell me what is wrong. And I was like, I went through their damn dates and I said, look at that. That's war, right? How could that have been avoided? And I sat there and I was like, if people honestly talk to one another, if they never even tried that flippin' slavery crap, I was like, I don't care if people were selling their own people. They should not have been buying those people off of those people who were selling their own people. I was like, dude, two wrongs don't make a right. And they were like, well, there's nothing you could have done about it. And I said, yeah, but why am I learning about it? I was like, I know people were stupid back then. You think they'd be smarter right now? I was like, but they're continuously repeating themselves. And they're like, okay, well, where did they repeat? And then I went about pointing out what the Pennsylvania kind of thing was. They moved to Pennsylvania. They set up an establishment. Flip, you mother flipper. that you need to get in the water, like now. I was like, so, can I? Thank you. So, not only did they, I wonder if I could put that in a, I guess not. But, so, and then more people came over, and then they thought because these other people were here, that it was the same people who were honestly taking them and flipping using them as slaves, and then they fight these people along with these people, and then that ends up blowing up. And I was like, what the flip is this crazy crap? I was like, they're just repeating the same things over and over again. I was like, I hate it. I was like, why do I have to? I was like, they didn't learn about it. I was like, obviously they didn't learn from it. I even sat there and I asked my teacher, I was like, so you're telling me that people have been going to school for how long? And she's like, hundreds of years. And I was like, and she's like, well, they're always learning something new. And I was like, so why do I need to learn this? What, they aren't learning anything. They haven't been learning anything, and nobody's going to be learning anything because they're just going to be like, oh, that couldn't happen to me. And then some dillweed's going to come around and try to enslave everybody. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Stupid idiots get in power, then they wreck it for everyone. So, it's really stupid. So that's why I got a D in social studies. I couldn't really fathom why anyone would have to like continuously learn this stuff in order just to not. And I realized that like during certain eras they weren't listening to the backstories, and the victor always gets to tell the story. I understand that. So with history repeating itself and going through and everything, the people who had started started like purchasing the slaves had already known that people had previously were trying to use others as slaves and that it was wrong. Okay? So why did they repeat the same mistakes? Why? It's just, it doesn't compute. It doesn't. I get infuriated with it, and it's just like, okay. And then, do you know how many people are in slave trades right now? Who are in sex slaves, work slaves, like all kind of different slaves. Do you think they learn their history? Do you think they value history? No. Bad people are always going to do bad, stupid stuff. If they think they can get money out of it, they're going to do it. Okay? Perhaps making things a little bit easier to make money and making the extreme punishments to go along with slavery. I could give you a few punishments, but it might get me canceled. But, yeah. But anyways, it took a, I was fine with, not repeating the same grade because I had the option of repeating it or going ahead, and I was like, I want to go ahead. I was like, I don't want to repeat a grade because I got my D in social studies up, and my math was like at a kind of like a C, a low C. And they were like, "Did you learn anything in summer school?" I was like, "Nope." But it was like, "Oh no, you should pay more attention." I was like, I sat there and I asked the flippin' teacher that you had for summer school how to do these things. And you know what they told me? To sit down. So, yes, thank you, school. Thank you, school system. But, so I had to repeat the third grade. When we got to that subject and everything, I was super bored in school. I tell you what, I was really bored going through the second flipping time around. I was bored going through it the first time around. The second time around was flipping excruciatingly painful. And that was the era of Tamagotchis, too. Little digital thing. Everybody kept getting theirs taken away, and at first the substitute teacher was sitting there just like hitting the little buttons to make sure that they were staying alive, and then they got outright like banned, and it was interesting. It's pretty damn interesting. But suffice to say, when we got to that part again where we were, where I was taught algebra again, so they went about, she was, teaching and teaching, and she got upset, and she's like, "I'm sick of this." She's like, "It doesn't matter how many times you're going to repeat the same grade." And everybody looked, and like I was like, "Oh great, now people who didn't know actually know." And then she was just like, "No, get out of my classroom." And I was like, "What the hell?" So she sat me in the library. She brought one of the best students out, like best math students out, and she's like, "I've had it with here up to here with her. Teach her how to do algebra." And he was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Hi." And he's like, "Okay." And he sat down and he just started doing the worksheet. And I was looking at him like he was a crazy person. And then he just went about finishing the worksheet, and then he was like, "Here you go." And I was like, I took this big old eraser and I went, "That's great." And I went, "All right, now teach me how to do it." He's like, "Wait, you really don't know how to do it?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And he was like, "So," he was like, "Oh, okay, so what don't you understand?" And I was like, how do you solve it? And he was like, "Well, you know math, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You use math." And I was like, "What the flip?" I was like, "Oh yeah, oh, mind altering, you know." And I was like, "I don't know how to solve it without the numbers." And he's like, "Well, that's what you're trying to do, is find the numbers." And I said, "How?" And he was like, "Okay." He's like, "All right, think of it like a puzzle." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "So parts are hidden." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Are you following?" And I was like, "Yeah, parts are hidden. I got it." And he's like, "Okay, so if you rewrite the equation, so if A equals, okay, so A minus 2 equals 4. Okay, and I was just like, what, okay, what is the, um, what is it? And he's like, okay, he's like, just, I was like, well, what am I supposed to do with the A? And I was thinking that, like, X's were always 10. Because, like, we were taught the Roman numerals, and I thought the little V was 5, and, because we had, like, all the little letters of the alphabet, not just A and B and X and Y. They gave us crazy little alphabet worksheets. And I was freaking out. I was like, what the flip do I do? And he went about and he was like, sorry, I'm getting all turned around. He said that the A is a number. It's just hiding. He's like, it's just a puzzle piece. It's just a coded letter. That's actually a number. It's hiding the number. And I was like, well, I was like, wait a minute. And I was like, it was that simple the whole time. I was just like one of those like moments, but it was just like, wow. So after that, I started breezing through it. I'm still pretty damn bad on word problems. I hate those. I was like, just give me the equation. Just, why do I have to know how many apples Sally had and then bit off of and then thrown away, and then now she has this many apples? I was like, okay, well, I don't care about her apples. Give me the numbers. But yeah, I was told that's too easy. I was like, okay. But yeah, I was thankful to him that he actually explained it a way that I could honestly understand it. I felt so stupid afterwards. And then I remembered that I had been trained previously to always think of numbers as numbers and letters as letters. And I was just like, wow. It's like, if only. I mean, she scared me too. That the teacher sat there and like was like that. She like flipping yelled it after a while. I was like, wow, you really yell it like little kindergartens? Yeesh. Because that's where I was first taught. We went through our colors, our letters, and our numbers. And for some reason I was making a capital E look like a 3, and that made her angry, and I was like, what the hell? I didn't understand what I did wrong, and I got those talking to, and it's like, wow, some angry people having an angry moment. So that might be a C. Oh, I'm looking for the coral. But yeah, anyways, so I was in my sister's grade for like ever. I couldn't jump a grade, which was awful, because you actually have to know the knowledge in order to jump it. But I was bored as flippin' school. Flippin' bored. My history teacher in high school was one of my favorite teachers, even though he smelled like alcohol all the time. Um, he would sit there and he said that you don't need to remember all of history. Just remember the idiots made mistakes. Remember those mistakes, and then try not to repeat them. And that gave me a little chuckle because I was like, yeah, okay. I fully agree. They made some horrible mistakes. Just remember those mistakes and don't repeat them. And of course, we had to remember some dates and times around certain areas too. But yeah, he was cool. A lot of people didn't like him though. I was like, they didn't like the shop teacher either. The wood shop and the metal shop teacher, they were both the same person. So he would teach you one thing in one class, and then whenever it was he was finished showing you in that class, he would have to excuse himself and then walk over to the other room and then teach them their thing, and then come back over and continuously go back and forth between the classes. I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty damn interesting. He asked if I was someone's girl and whatnot, and I, at the time I thought I was related to George, and I was like, well, yeah. Um, I was like, yeah, he's my dad, and he nodded, and he was like, all right, and then he just kept calling me George. I was like, okay, whatever. And someone known as a teacher's pet was trying to get all smoozy with him and stuff, and he said that's not gonna work. And he walked away from her because she was like trying to compliment him and stuff, and I was like, okay. She was like, oh, I like your glasses and blah blah blah, and I was like, I had never met anyone like that before in high school. But apparently, there's people who will sit there and compliment teachers just to get some, I guess, better grades. And he was just like, it's not gonna work. And he's like, sit down. And she was like, oh, but I was just and he's like, I don't care, just sit down. And then whenever he would teach things, he would use me as a guinea pig. And he was like, okay, now bend the metal down. We made a what is that thing called? It was a metal flip kind of mailbox, like one of those little small ones. It was like about this big, like that big, and it had like this little metal lift, complete with like a little. It was pretty nifty. We also made a pizza cutter, which was awesome. I believe I made a green one. I wanted a purple one, but all the purple ones were taken. And so I was like, dude, this one looks like emerald. I need it now. And I got a green one. Hammering the rivets down was pretty damn fun. It was actually a lot easier than the mailbox we did. And then in woodshop, got to make a what is that thing called? It's like a key holder shelf. That was really fun. And then we had to sand it down and varnish it, like stain it. That was fun. always had to hold things and to, oh, the drill press was amazing. I love that thing. There were a few people who were frightened of it, so I got to like play with it a little longer. So I sat there and I was just going but it was fun. I really liked working with my hands. Mm. I took wood shop and metal shop. I liked I like crafting. It was very fun. Yeah, and then the next year they forced everyone to be in a what is that thing called? Home ec. It was awful. They made us like walk around with a flipping egg and everything, and the my partner didn't want to bring the egg home, so I was bringing it to my house, and I wasn't allowed to leave it near the bed, so I had to put it in the fridge. Because I was telling him that we needed to treat it just like a baby. And he's like, no, it's an egg. Put it in the fridge. And I was like, this is for home ec. Because he thought I took an egg and that I put a face on it and everything. I called it Egbert. She called it something else. I was just like, no, it's Egbert. And they were like, no. That is an awful name for an egg. And I was like, no, it's not. You just don't know. But yeah, I was the one that got to put the face on it because they didn't want to touch it, and I was like, okay, whatever. So we had a same-sex couple because there were too many girls. The girls out man the boys. In other words, well, the boys, the girls outman the boys. I said it right the first time. I thought I maybe messed up with that. But yeah, the she didn't want to take it home with her and said it wasn't her responsibility, that it was going to be mine. And then the teacher found out and said that I was now a single parent and that she was going to have to hold her own egg. And I was like, okay. It's like goody. Flip, 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 flip. Okay. I'm gonna try to yeah, I didn't like that. It's like my a classmate didn't want to flip and even deal with me, so I had to be a single mother. I was like, wow. It's like, wow. Oh, I got an A, but he had asked if, like, he said that there was, like, not that much degradation to it because he didn't crack it in front of everyone else. He cracked it, off school ground and the thing just to make sure that everybody was honestly doing their part and not just making another face on the egg. Well, he said that there wasn't a lot of. He asked me if I had like I cheated midway through because it wasn't as expired as it should be, and I was like no, I would put it in the fridge at night. And he laughed. He said, "Do you put babies in fridges at night?" And I was like, "No, that's what, my dad told me to do. This is what George told me I had to do." And he's like, all right, I just need to confirm this. And he's like, if you can get a note, then you'll get an A. And I was like, oh, okay. So I wrote down on a piece of paper, and I was like, George, can you sign this? And and he's like, why? And I was like, because I wasn't supposed to be putting my egg in the fridge, and the teacher needed to know that I wasn't cheating, so. And he was like, it's an egg. And I was like, it was supposed to be a baby. I was like, you're not supposed to put babies in the fridge. And he signed it, and then I got an A, so I wasn't that upset about it. I was glad I didn't get like a D or a C, but yeah. Well, the reason why he knew that it was the actual egg was that he also put like a little like weird kind of stamp on the side of it, so you couldn't mimic the stamp even if you did make a new face. So he knew it was the real egg. Um, some of my Egbert's face kind of was like drooping a little bit, and I was like, "Aw." So I made a joke like I don't oh to Missy. I made a joke to Missy because I was like it was one of my friends. Which one was it? I made a joke to her saying that like these kids they just cry a lot. They cry so much their face falls off, and she's like what? And I showed my little egg, and she kind of giggled a little bit, but I guess it wasn't that funny. Whatever. Just trying to be witty or whatever. Mm. Creepy sounds. I'm out of milk. How is he still alive? Oh, this one's in gold. Punk. it's kind of interesting. Egbert. Um, there was also this like cooking kind of class that we had to take. It was interesting too because I was already cooking, and people found out that I was cooking, and they were like, "Well, how long have you been cooking?" And I was like, "Since I was like 6, 7." And they were like, "Wow, really?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And they were like, "Oh, did you help your mom in the kitchen?" And I was like, "Oh no, she's been passed since then." And they were like, "Oh." But yeah. Oh, my favorite was whenever they were like, people were like, if I put the timer on less and crank up the oven, it's going to be done faster. And I was like, it doesn't work that way. And they're like, oh, I know how it works. And it's like, oh, okay, no, you're gonna burn the cookies. So that was fun. They didn't know how to make pancakes. They didn't know how to make anything. I was just like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, we're just gonna do a box mix, a cake box mix. Okay, I can do that. And they're like, oh no, you can't. And I'm like, yeah, I can. It's like this is like pretty damn easy compared to what I've been making. But oh, I didn't know how to make a cake from scratch, but I was making shake and bake, and no one helped. Bread and chicken, making pot roast and stuff like that. You'd be surprised how many people honestly don't know how to cook. I was like, this is like a vital thing that you need to learn. People don't know how to do it. I was like, what's gonna happen whenever the end of the world comes about? You're gonna sit there and starve, not know how to prep anything, not know how to, you know, cook for yourself. It's like, do you even know how to like, clean your meat or anything? It's like, let me just take a picture of this too. I'm taking screenshots so I can find it again. Is that a clock? Yeah. What's that say? Fire protection. I'm thinking that I might just need this. Rest in peace. I'm almost out of carrots. Gonna have to eat something eventually. I think I need to head back because this is definitely not taking me anywhere to the sea. So before I go any further, let me just get the hell out of here. It's like, damn, I froze. Okie dokie. I caught that okie dokie from Little Rascals. It's a cute movie. You should watch it. It's a full family fun. Maybe kids not under 8, because they get a little bruggish. And you don't want them like jumping off the furniture and stuff after that. Oh, I didn't know they took down. So, wolves don't like rabbits, and cats don't like rabbits. So, and the. Let me just make a few more of these. Thank you. So, wolves don't like foxes, rabbits, and sheep. Cats don't like rabbits. Trying to think of what else. So cute. I've never seen a fox take down anything, so I'm trying to think of what it actually eats. Other than holding on to the cute little berry. Oh. It's like I kind of lost where it was going. Okay. Trying to think. There would be some pretty damn fantastic people out in the world if people just like curved the teachings to what they were more interested in. Like, if somebody shows interest in, like, of course you're gonna have to learn your math, science, and all that other good stuff. But, oh, that's scary, that's scary. Okay. Math, science, reading, learn how to write letters and whatnot. You know, they got rid of, cursive. I was like, what was wrong with cursive? I was like, is that going to be some sort of weird coded language later on? Oh. What the fuck? Damn it. What? Was this the one that was nearby? Scoot over. You're hogging the bed. Alright, so. Oh, damn. It's one of those. is some crazy stuff. How the hell is this actually a village? Alright, where am I going? Okay, I need to head this way. Oh, this is gonna drive me insane later. I didn't help the villager. He's a lone hermit up here. He's gonna be sad and alone, and I'm gonna frickin' ah! Oops, excuse me, little kitty. Really? Fine, I'll dig down. I'll dig down deep and I'll tell you off when I get there. It's quite the lovely Staircase, huh? That's a bit creepy. Mm. I dug you way down, dude. Alright, so he's able to get to the farmer and the farmer's able to get up. That's all I can do. That's such a cute bunny. Hmm. Trying to think if there's anything else. I have a few ideas of how they could like flip and change the school system to something far better than what it is now. No grooming involved. Like, holy F. Thank you. So here I was hoping that like bunnies would spawn and stuff in location I have, and then one of my meat people would be happy. I'm just corralling you to where there's some more bunnies. I guess maybe I need to scare the bunnies out. They're like, no, I don't want to be next to the kitty. Alright. I'm instigating now. I have the heart to take him out, so... I was just trying to corral the kitty over there. Possibly benefit from their spoils. Seeing how they don't eat in this game, I don't know what the hell. Uh-oh. You know what that means, right? You got hit by the arrow. See if I can't help you out here. I wonder if there's anywhere that I can make some of this, toolsmith. Might have done that twice. Ah, there's one. I guess I made amends. Alright, now give me the rest of my coal bag. Grr. Okay. Off we go. What the hell was that? You stuck? Okay. I'm not helping out, I'm just getting down. Don't you even give me that credit. Don't you even. Grr. Totally get down now. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute, are you stuck? I don't think you're stuck. There's only one up. Hmm. You're a farmer too, aren't you? Wow, really? I dig a hole going down there. I don't care. I'm gonna take all of your beets. Cause I got the beets, I got the beets, I got the beets. Yeah, they're not the beets. They're not the beets you're looking for. No? Alright, so how the fly and flip am I gonna get down here now? Okay. If I didn't have to go down that way, I wouldn't. Whoops. I... Really? Thought more of you. Alright, so... Hold on a second. Clear that up. Alright. Then we go down there. It was just... It's functionality, not cosmetic, okay? This is the worst place to put a village. Tell you what. Holy flip. I need to like sink to a house or something really quick. Eesh. So yeah, they'll be able to get down. I swear they'll be able to get down. Grab some more of that dirt really quick. Oh yeah. I mean, this is just my stairs. Grr, arg. Damn it. Gonna angrily drink my water now. Okie dokie, that was nice. I didn't fall through any, like, snow traps, which was a pleasant surprise. You don't want any. Tell them you don't want none. You don't want none. Alright, come here. Okay, whatever. Having trouble getting up. Alright, you ready? Alright. I warned them they didn't want any, and then they changed their mind, and I was like, I changed my mind going like, fine, okay, let's do this. And then it's like, no. It's like, fine, okay, whatever. I'm a busy person. Sitting here playing a game. Whoops. Serpentine, serpentine. Very scary, very scary. Alright, gonna have to fight. Alright, so yeah, I'm going this way. Going up. Ba-do, ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-do. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-dee, 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 ba-do. Alright. It's a town! I never thought I'd live to see the day. Town that doesn't need any stairs. No soliciting. That's cute. They have a little fountain in here. I haven't forgot what I was looking for. I just haven't found it yet. Oh, if only. I know there's no such thing as a perfect world and whatnot, and everybody has their own concepts of what they want their children to learn, curriculum they want their children to learn. But sometimes people forget that there are some things children want to learn. Like, they want to learn how to be this or be that whenever they grow older. And I mean, if that was taken into consideration, they would at least get a splash of what they wanted, and then they would see if that's too hard or it's too easy. Or are we in the village yet? They would see if it was too hard or too easy and whatnot. Yeah, we're in the village. Damn, those cows are safe. Because sometimes kids will go about wanting to do this or wanting to do that, or like having 10 different types of things they wanted to do when, like, oh, when I grow up I want to do this. Like, alright, give them a little taste of what this is like. Alright, this is what you're going to have to learn in order to be this. Do you like learning this? No? Okay, well, what do you want to be then? What do you want to, what's the next thing you want to be? Or, I know there's, like, always follow through and whatnot, but there's an age when things are a little too tough for kids. It's not like, oh, you have to, like, show them their expectations and whatnot, and tarnish them from this or that, but you can sit there and go on a field trip to, like, different jobs and whatnot, so that you can see what these people have to do on a daily work thing. Like, oh, you wanna be an astronaut? Well, you know what? We can go to one of those science things. You can meet an astronaut. You can, talk one, shake a hand of somebody who's training to be an astronaut. Ask them how hard it is, what they need to learn. Make a flippin' field trip out of it. Not flippin' go to a damn flippin' bar and then tell these little kids that all they have to do is shake their hiney and dress up like females to get a free walk through life, which females don't get a free walk through life. It's the males dressing like females. I'm like, what the fuck? Or the ones that are wearing barely anything at all. And I know there are needs out there. I know that people are repressed and whatnot, but dude, there's a time and place for things. Don't do that in front of kids. Holy F. Keep your debauchery locked up in a flippin' chest where it belongs, okay? Debauchery does not belong around children. It does not belong in schools. You don't need to teach children how to do BJs and listen to child abuse stories in flippin' school. It's like there's things that you don't force on a child, and that's one of those. I'm trying to look for the positives in things. I'm trying to like, oh, hey, this is what we can do. This is wrong. This is what we can do. I mean, if like people had like a lick of common sense, maybe they would have never allowed people to try to convert their children into I'm just that pedophilia needs to go. That's not the type of love anybody needs for a child. You should never sexualize a child ever. You should never go about trying to brainwash a child into believing that it needs sex, male or female. You should not sit there and brainwash a child into believing that it's anything other than what it is. You are born male or female or hermaphrodite. What do you want me to say? Hermaphrodites, they have they keep saying mutated, anyways, I'm not trying to pick on people. So, males, females, hermaphrodite. Not 100 and something flippin' gender. I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you think that you've crawled out of. Unless you're able to prove to me that you have some other gender, I am not going to acknowledge it. I'm not telling you to whip something out or whatever. I'm saying, like, show me genetically. I will believe you if you can show me genetically. It's like I am so flippin' just angry, disappointed, and upset with these people. I don't care if you want to be transgender, more happiness and like extreme awesome stuff to you. You don't force it on children. You don't force anything on children, okay? If you don't even force food on children. You say no to the candy when it's not candy time. You can eat your dinner, or you don't. You don't starve a child. You don't flip and force feed a child. You sit there and you walk that borderline of, yes, I'm angry at my child because they will not eat their vegetables. But they're not going to get candy and they're not going to get sweets unless they honestly try a few bites out of that damn vegetable. Because I don't know whether you're aware of this, but most bipedals are omnivores, and we need both plants and meats. It's the variety of what we need is what that is different. Some people are more accustomed to different types of fruits and vegetables than everybody else. They can sit there and eat like ghost peppers like it's nothing, like it's like a banana pepper, and even that's kind of bitter for me. And then you have other people who are sitting there eating the most bitter things in the whole flippin' world, like it's an apple. And I'm sitting there marveling, like, I cannot do this. This is interesting and entertaining, but holy flip, am I frightened. Where are their taste buds? What has gone on in their body that has resulted in the lack of sour factor, sweet factor kind of thing going on? I don't think that's going to attack a turtle. They look like they were gonna do something. What do you got there? Oh, you got a mushroom? Sorry, I see cute things and I go baby talk. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So, I was ranting about flipping parents force feeding and starving their children. I was also ranting about people allowing the abuse that has happened to happen. I tell you, the fires of hell are not as scary as I am if I find out that somebody has done some things to the people I love. So, that being said, you don't force feed children. You don't abuse children in any way. If they're not either timeout methods, there are flippin', what are those things? They recommend that if they're doing bad, you put them in timeout for the age of their year. How many years are they? You do 1 minute per year. Okay? If they are 3 years old and they're going through and mucking some stuff up, first time 3 minutes. Second time add another minute. Third time add another minute onto that. It's not rocket science. They realize eventually that they're going to continuously have to stop playing because they did something wrong. You got to explain to them what they did wrong. I know there are some parents that still do the spankings and whatnot. Now, considering, did you yourself get spanked whenever you were younger? Did you learn anything from those spankings? Yes, I get quiet when I get angry. Thank you for noticing. punk. So, oh, I'm gonna stuff a whole bunch of chocolate in my face, I swear. Oh, I don't want to go over that. I did anyways. Fine, whatever. I don't like it. Mm. I just want some damn coral. What? Oh, this is gonna take forever. Sorry, what? Alright, so... Grr, Arg, Kapaki. I may seem like a hothead, really I may, but I'm really not. I have triggers. Slavery. Pedophilia, which is sexually abusing and molesting children. And I think that was about it. Seeing my loved ones get hurt. Really don't like that. I really don't want to go over those mountains. A lot of mountains. I want to go around. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. That is a very, very big cavern. Doody 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 doo. Trying to entertain myself. Alright, so it's a lot of daisies. I like it. It's just frolic through the daisy field. I don't know what these are. I went all that way and I still didn't find any of that. So sad. No coral. Just a bunch of stuff to talk about. Angry stuff to talk about. Awful stuff to talk about. Stuff that still needs to be said. But have I finally got onto this map yet? Or is that a no-go? That looks interesting. Oh, there's a mine in there? So, is that my house? Couldn't be my house. My house is all the way over that way. interesting though. I was like, alright, let me just get in there. Let me just, yep, alright, fine. They don't let me in. There's that mysterious cave. That was like forever ago. I think we're still half a day away. That's too much trouble. I don't want to play anymore. I'll drop all my stuff and leave. Flip this. That's one of the most appealing things out of video games. You can always pause it and come back to it later. Oh, it's scary enough. I'm hungry again. I'm hungry for happiness. Not gonna lie. Be nice right now. A side order of some giggles. Dude. You punk. I'm taking screenshots so I can remember where it is. Whoops. That was a great sheep. Ah! I jumped over the sheep. Oh. Ho hum. Ho hum. What? want a cookie. I want a cookie, but I know a cookie's not gonna help me. I still want one. I don't have any cookies. I have some frozen dough in the freezer, but, you know, currently playing a game. I'm entertaining the world. No time for eating cakes and cookies. I have a job to do that I'm not getting paid for. Whatever. It's not an official job anyways, right? So, not that entertaining. Maybe I should sit there and dog women more or dog males more so that some of the other yeah, that's mean. I almost got it though. I was almost gonna say it out loud. It's a lot of people who are just banking off of other people's hatred of the opposite sex for some reason. I don't know. I think they both have a lot of work to do, and each individual person needs to figure out what the hell they want, what they need, and then apply those wants and needs to the whole of their life. It's like, are you feeling empty and lonely in this department? Why are you feeling empty and lonely in this department? Is it because you're having unrealistic ideals from people, or is it because you know what you want? I am possibly going to have to build myself a little shack to make some food. I need to get the fuck away from this. Oh, look, there's a village. Yay. Praise the RN, whatever, Mojang, I guess, for this. It could be the devs. I say devs and get a whole roundabout different thing. Or the AI. The AI is more responsible for where the village is than the programmers themselves. Well, in order to make it such a fantastically new and spontaneous world every time you flip. Damn. Can't even like skedaddle quick enough. Every time you load up a new world, it's supposed to be different than the last. I mean, it'll still have some of the same things, but not in the general sense of everything is going to be full-on cookie cutter here, there, and everywhere. I can't run. Oh, you punk. So, I made myself hungry again for cookies. Cookies. I have candy around me, but I don't want that flipping candy. Oh yeah, I was talking about relationships or whatever. I got caught up with how my character's gonna die if I don't get something to eat, and then I got excited because of the village. But anyways, it's like, what do you want out of a relationship? What is it that your end goal is? Do you just wanna pass like 2 ships in a night? Do you want to um, find the person of your dreams? Do you even know what the person of your dreams is? Do you know what you honestly want? Find that out first. What is it that you like? What is it that you don't like? Um, what are you attracted to? What are you not attracted to? And I'm not trying to make people have these crazy idealistic types of fantasies about, ooh, I'm gonna get one that looks like a supermodel and blah blah. Okay, first off, do you want someone who doesn't know what they look like? Someone who doesn't appreciate the way they were born? Do you want your children to grow up not looking like their mother or their father, whoever the supermodel person is? Do you have any baby pictures, of that person? When was it that they decided that whatever it was they looked like before was not sufficient enough to find a mate? I mean, hey, it works fine for people who are very superficial. What I was told is that usually the male or the female who's dating those types of people have enough money to give the children those surgeries whenever they get old enough. And I'm like, wow. It's I just, dude, I'm not into cosmetic surgery. I'm not into flipping a lot of like I believe that people who don't know how to be themselves are lying to everyone and themselves. Changing the way you look is not going to change who you are on the inside. That's for you to decide who you want to be on the inside and go forth. I, I, I don't know how many times I have to say it, or anyone else for that matter who knows has to say it. Uh, is it daytime yet? My turn. So, alright, I need food. I can't run, I have to keep remembering. Am I seeing something weird here? Well, okay then. How's he supposed to keep everybody safe if he's stuck in there? Freedom, one at a time. What? Can you get out? Oh, they can't get out. Oh, they did. There you go. Grr. I think the game's freezing. I think my first guess was, everything stopped still. Maybe I am, the Flash now, or whatever. Oh, well, they're talking. Is everybody just frozen? Hmm. Oh, that one might have it. They're already looking there. I did. I'm not seeing any oven. I'm a little worried by that. Oh, for flip's sake, I don't have that type of stone. Okay. I don't know how many I need. Five more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hmm. What? Did I miss one? Yep. Well, don't watch me eat things. Okay. Sorry. Um, so I know that there's like a billion flippin' interviews, man. A billion different people out there telling you how to magically get the person of your dreams and whatnot. It's it's a load of crap. It's stupid, it's ridiculous, it's retarded. Some of the stuff I wanted to reach into the television, rip them out, and then smack them quite a few hundred times and tell them you don't ever treat a woman like that, or you don't ever treat a man like that. Holy flip. So anyone telling you that you need to disrespect somebody in order to get their attention and approval, don't. No. That is wrong. That's stupid, and you're not going to attract anybody. You're going to repel everybody, and those people who taught you that are going to sit back and giggle their flippin' butts off. Okay? Just so that you don't turn into a selfish prude and an angry ball of fury who constantly talks about the opposite sex like there's some sort of hell dimension spawn that uh, is always round up into two things: don't and awful. Um, my best advice is to find out who you are. Find out who you are, who you like, what you like, and then from there, consider what you would like to see in a relationship. What would you like to be in the relationship? Do you want to be the provider? Do you want to have an equal relationship, an equal give and take? Do you want to just be a taker? Do you want to be a giver? Do you want to have a giver-giver relationship? It gets quite competitive whenever you have two givers, because it ends up turning into a I want to give them just as much as they just gave me, and then they go, oh, they just gave me this, I want to give them this because of this. As long as they can keep with their budget or whatever it is that they're doing for one another, if it's working for them, it's working for them. But I've only been in a few relationships myself. I'm more of the get to know the person, settle, and then be with them, you know? Only have eyes for them kind of relationship. I'm not sitting there gawking at movie stars. I know they're just people who have went through a trade kind of thing. I mean, I'm trying to make it a nice way of explaining people, because there are actors who love and enjoy the craft, and then there are actors who just want to be pretty much worshipped. And I'm just like, ah, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna walk over here. I just. I hope I can get back to the area that I need to. I possibly can do this via boat. Alright. So, excuse me, like my lip is peeling. Ow. Okay, so. But anyways. Here's a simple way to put this. Attraction is only one step of a process of noticing someone. There's also their personality, the way they smell, the way they act, the way they talk. There's a lot of factors that go into finding the right mate and, you know, finding a lifelong partner and whatnot. I end up finding people who like me and then get me to believe that they're something, and then they're not. They're just really not. And then oppressiveness starts coming. And I really, really hate that. Like, I'm not a slave. I don't like being treated like a slave, and I don't believe that I am just here to serve. I really, really don't believe that. It's just like, flip. It's like, I don't ask much of anyone, honestly. I really don't. I'm just like, okay, I'm here, you're here. Can we chat for a little while? It's like, no. Huh. So not only do I feel like I've failed 2 relationships, the other 2 flaked on me. I mean, it was like, oh yeah, I like you, no I don't. I like you, no I don't. Like you, no I don't. And I'm like, I am not a yo-yo, dude. I am not a yo-yo. Plain and simple. I don't like the games. I don't like this, you know, oh, trying to get you jealous because of this or that. I'm not gonna get jealous. It's like, if you're trying to get with somebody else, just flip and let me know. I will get out of your way. Obviously, I wasn't enough in the forefront to even consider hurting the feelings of it. Just, dude, it's like, fine. I understand. Let me back up and get out of your way. I'll be okay. Just flip. It doesn't mean I'm gonna stay and latch on and sit there and like, oh yes, that's fantastic. How many lovers do you have now? Ooh, wow. I'm so proud. No, no. I'm just like, wow. Maybe you could have told me before we okay, let me outsies. I'm outs. Bye. Have a good one. See you next time. See you never. Anyways, but then I've had two who were like, "Oh, I'm the best thing in the world. I'm the most fantastic thing," and then you keep hearing this, and you're just like, "Okay, yeah, you're just confident, got it," and then over and over and over and oh, you don't need that. You don't need this. You don't need that. But anyways, not trying to get into anything dark and malevolent or scary or whatever. But some people can be quite oppressive, and I am not into that. And it's not just like, oh, you're not allowed to have friends, or you're not allowed to do this or that. It's, I thought I told you, blah blah blah. Anyone who sits there and tries to take 80% of your money, 70% of your money, 60% of your money, 50% of your money, and they're not putting in a lick of work. No, absolutely not. That's all they want from you is that money. Don't do it. Don't be tricked. I'm all for, if you want to show someone you care, find out their love language and try to give it to them. If the way that you show people you care is giving gifts and everything, try not to go crazy with it. Dude, make sure that you have a, a good, what is that called? Balance of, work life, playtime, food money. Yeah, some people, they go a little crazy and they're going after these e-girls and they're going bankrupt, and I was like, what the flip are you doing? Why are you doing this? For somebody who just says some things that you want them to say every once in a while? What? First time I heard about this, I legit thought it was some sort of prank. I was like, are you kidding me? And then the mean ways that they talk to them? I'm like, dude, you want to hear somebody talk mean to you? Call me a name, I'll talk mean to you. You don't have to pay me anything. We'll sit here and have a banter war. I don't mind bantering. Guys do it all the time. I'm not a guy, but, I can hang. Oh, damn. Did I? pretty sure I went too far on my little trek. Not my tangent. I didn't go far enough in my tangent. I knew somebody who was paying too much on flipping pretty much gambling. He was, you know, a guildmate, and he was taking the game a little too crazy. He was trying to pay to win. And you shouldn't pay to win video games. Just put in the time whenever you're home. Put in the time whenever you're this. I know the fear of missing out is kind of a thing, but people are going to have more respect for you that when you earn it than they are whenever you buy it. I know I have more respect for people when they earn it than buying it. I mean, the only thing you should possibly be, like, buying at all from a video game is, like, a customization or something. Some little skin or something. Who cares? You can't get it anywhere else. You like that skin? Don't go crazy with it and buy, like, $800 worth of flippin' skins just because you want to be a peacock, pretty much. Just be respectful, be flippin' courteous with yourself. Because, dude, you've earned that money, alright? I have no right to tell you what you're doing with it, but I care, and I don't want you to end up in the poorhouse, okay? I have no ulterior motives or whatever. If you don't have food in the cabinets, you don't have food in the fridge, why the hell are you wasting your money anywhere else? Okay? It's pretty damn common sense. Yes, I'm biting my lips because my lips are peeling. I do have chapstick somewhere. I didn't lose it. I didn't lose it. I swear it's somewhere around here. It's somewhere. I didn't lose it. It's probably wandering around somewhere. Rest in peace. Did I just turn around? No. I don't know whether or not I should grab that or... It's berries, though. I could use those to eat. Oh, there's some more berries. It's a lot of... That's not berries, those are flowers? Flowers. I'm going back. was paying attention. Give me a second. I was itching and then doing something for, well, let's see the game I have over here. Game. Oh, and I don't have that plugged in. That's probably why it's going so slow. Give me a second. It's a weird village. I can't believe I can't find any flippin' coral. I know on that one way to... I think that was actually Catty Corner all the way towards the bottom of the... Alright, well, we're gonna have to get more chicken. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, like, friendly banter, like, playful banter. Guys go too, like, rough with it, though. They'll sit there and they'll get all hurt, and then they'll go after name calling and stuff. It's like, what the flip, dude? I used to know somebody who would, sit there and make, like, snide, witty comments, and then I'd crack a comment myself, and then they sit there and they divulge it, like, I mean, like, sit there and actually think about it, and then give, like, a little smirk, and then walk away. It was an interesting, I wouldn't say we were friends, but we talked every once in a while. His playful manner was a touch spiteful, but he was alright. I mean, he wasn't, like, malicious or anything. I've met a lot of weird people. They come in all kinds of varieties. Some people are like, oh, I don't deal with spiteful people, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, there's many flavors of spiteful, too. There's, one of my least favorite is, I know better because I'm old and I've lived my life, but yet I'm still going to be petty and mean and rude. And I'm going to tell you one thing, but then I'm going to be super hypocritical and do that thing anyways that I told you not to do. I'm not a fan of that one. I'm really not a fan of that one. Was that it? I think that's it. I'm gonna grab my stuff and then, some people are like grown children. Like, they've never gone past the I should know better stage, and they they push and they push, trying to get a reaction out of certain people, and it's not always the best reaction that they're trying to get. But it's like a weird type of control thing that they have. It's like, eesh. It's like the only person anyone should be getting control over is themselves. It's like, in this day and age, if you do not know how to temper your own anger, your own frustration, your own sadness, you're not going to get very far. Because there's going to be plenty of people who want to sit there and agitate you and aggravate you and try to make you cry just because they think they can. It's a sad truth, and it's really stupid. I don't cry often, but when I do, I'm kind of like in a weird shame state that I'm even crying, so it's even more of a dilemma. I'm just like, I normally get just so angry or frustrated that I get way past the point of like, okay, I can hold my tears back, I can hold this back, I'm a big girl, I could do this, kind of thing. Like, I'm putting my big girl pants on, I'm a woman, hear me roar kind of thing. And then it's like, no, that's just too low. That is flipping low. And then it's like, flip. Alright, I need to calm down, and it's just, it cuts so damn deep that you're just like, I can't believe somebody that I put my heart in their hand would sit there and do that to me. It's like, wow. And you're supposed to trust and love, love and trust the people that you're with. Just, anybody who tries to inflict pain on you, you don't need that in your life. Honestly, you really don't need that in your life. So, in this relationship, me, myself, and I are the problem because I cannot learn fast enough. I cannot produce fast enough, especially when I've been told that I need to relearn certain things. Because 2D is not the way, even though they're coming out with 2D games all the flippin' time. And 3D is the only way to do it, but yet you have to do it for free because they're not gonna pay anything for it. They've already invested enough. It's like, okay, alright. But, yeah. Stuff and things and stuff. So, after we disagreed several times about I am not to be owned and I am not a slave, we came up to the agreement that I will not lay down and take it, and I want the big D, not that big D, but the paperwork D. And I am not going to be abused just because I want that. So, whoops, that was not what I was trying to put down. I tried to put the little ink sac down. There we go. Now it is called a what is that? When both parties agree on that, and I don't want any of this or that or that or this from him because I want nothing to do with him or his family. It's it's a thing. So I'm supposed to tell people that I'm going backpacking in a state, and I'm like, I could just tell them the truth that I'm going to be homeless and going to try to build myself back up, seeing how it's going to be near impossible for me to get any real estate because I do not have any money. I have had no money in up 10 years. And it's gonna be hard to get a job, seeing how I've been trying for months on end now. Because the job they wanted me to get, that I was told that I have to apply for, I'm not qualified for. And I'm like, dude, this isn't helping anyone. This is wasting my time. Massively wasting my time, wasting their time. And I got to play with a whole bunch of scammers, which was interesting and annoying. I hate when scammers sit there and have stupid job postings and they claim that they're from a business, but yet they just want to prostitute you out. It's not cool. It's not cool. Trying to think what else I want to set down here. I gotta take all that over here. Possibly throw this down over here. Did I accidentally put the, I did. Here we go. So, I'm excited to see where my new adventure awaits. apparently people believe they're important just because they know certain people. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't believe in piggybacking off of someone else's fame. I don't. It seems dirty, it seems wrong, and it's kind of a you kind of thing. Thank you. Like, he's like, I want down. And you're coming down with me. Mwahaha. That's so cute. I need to get over here. Alright, so I have to keep reminding myself that we all have our lessons to learn while we're on this whatever it is. And we're each going to learn them here and there. Hopefully we can learn them by just listening to others' stories and not having to go through the same thing. Learning from their stories. But that's not always possible. Flip, give me all that. Alright, so throw that down too. Oh damn, I didn't put that down. I didn't bring any arrows down here, did I? My archer died for some reason. I don't know where the hell he went. I don't have enough flint. Wait, do I have anything to sell anybody so that I can... Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, flip, I forgot. I don't have anything over here. What? I'm gonna do it like 20 million times later. I need to go get some more iron. I have anything. Yeah. That should be fun. These would be like, I have to like, put my last like log in and like post it at the same time. Ooh, February 9th is going to be a Zoom call where I can either, you know, leave or not. Bus ticket has still not been purchased. So it works out better for certain people if, you know, certain things are not around. And I was totally fine with that. Like, dude, I don't want. Let me go. I will go far. 14 miles away, well, 14 hours away, or whatever, from this area. Somewhere I've never been before. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited and kind of, I don't want to say antsy about it. It's gonna be flippin' cold. It's gonna be really cold. But, you know. I'm apparently a hothead or whatever. So if I went as far as I could this way, all along up and down this way. So if I go, I believe, Caddy Corner. Let me see if there's any stuff over here before I go all crazy. Well, crazy with the going wholly wholly across the map kind of thing. I mean, it's interesting too, because there'll be civil times and then there'll be really, really petty times, and I'm just supposed to be really quiet during these times, and I'm just like, okay, alright, okay. I have been so depressed. I got up to 158 at one point, and that is bigger than I've ever been. And like, I'm still trying to lose that, like, you know, double chin, but eesh. And it took a licking on my damn knee too. Aw, this cute little horse family. But yeah. I was just like, what the flip is this? Why do I have to suffer? Why? Am I really not going fast enough? Am I really not learning fast enough? How long do people normally take to learn this? Oh, that many years, huh? Well, I think I'm doing pretty damn well for that many years. But no, I'm in like tutorial hell. Like, flip. I was like, most people pay courses for this type of thing, and even when I do learn all of this, I'm still gonna have to pay $600 and something just to prove that I do know this stuff. I'm like, that's flipping a flipping car. That's a flipping car. A car payment. A flipping real estate payment. Like a rent. Somebody's rent. Dude, my rent was that high as well as some lot rent. I barely able to afford it where I was. Dude. I'm like, okay, well, I can definitely do some retail. I've been in manager positions before. Dude, I was like, I'm not going back to the same place that I got those skills from because they've abused me and used me too many times, and I'm just, no. And I was told that even though they fired me, that I was able to be hired back on. And I was like, they're like, give it 6 months, you'll be back. And I was like, oh, okay. So you want me to suffer for 6 months while you decide that you've gotten whatever it was that you thought you did from me, and it's like, okay, all right, sure. I'm sure the karma will crash down heavy on certain people. Like, worse than a tidal wave. They gave me an evaluation 3 months late. Okay, they kept pushing it back. Well, we still gotta do your evaluation. We still have to do your evaluation. I was like, it's a month now. And they're like, oh, we still gotta do your evaluation. I was like, let's do that right now. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta go do something else. I'm like, okay. I was like, just call me whenever you're ready to do it, you know? They gave me an evaluation before they fired me. And they wouldn't even give me a reason why they fired me. And yes, they're supposed to give you a reason. They just locked me out of the account, and the personnel wasn't aware. He was surprised. He said, he was like, I should have been alerted. And I was like, well, what's going on? He was like, somebody took you out of the system and said that you were terminated. And I was like, when was I terminated? And he looked at it and he was like, right after your evaluation. And I was like, really? Wow. So they waited till I clocked out and then they fired me. I guess they needed to give me, like, they were trying to hire me as a supervisor in that evaluation, and then they fired me. I was like, what? I was like, okay, Looney Tunes, okay. Right. Good stuff. I was gonna get a 40-cent raise. So after the whole store-wide had been brought up to $10, which was interesting for once, they started firing everybody who was actually worth a damn, and then their stuff went to crap. It was, I was away 4 to 5 days before I was invited to my nephew's football game. And I was yelled at by one of the associates working in the exchange center. She ended up telling me that the back room needed to be fixed, and that she was ashamed of me because I wasn't doing my job. And I was like, dude, I started laughing, and she's like, it's not funny. And I was like, yeah, it is. It's really funny. I was like, you're yelling at me for no reason. She's like, oh yeah, I'm yelling at you because you're not doing your job. And I looked at my half sister, and my half sister's like, oh no, they fired her. And she hasn't been working in days, and she's like, that's why it's so awful back there, and blah, blah, blah. I don't think people went on a strike, but they weren't doing what they should have been doing, obviously. And I am not sure why they weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. But I was second in command in that area. I was always there. In the morning we went in around 4 something. That means that we took our lunch around 9. Oh, that's weird. Anyways, so we took our lunch around 9 and then we left around 3. All right? So when this was the new schedule for the backroom associates, because we were supposed to come in early whenever the truck had been complete, and then we were supposed to we were supposed to work the carts and the pallets that had already been there, because overnight wasn't able to complete that. Overnight grocery and overnight warehouse areas. They were not able to complete these in the amount of time they were given. I don't know why they didn't have too many customers. I mean, it's harder to complete anything during the day when you do have customers, because you have to stop what you're doing, help the customer out, and then go back to what you were doing. And then you have all those managers asking you for this, that, and practically your soul on a platter. And I'm just like, no. Even when I'm out on the streets, I will never, ever, ever, ever go back to that establishment, ever. No. There was so much favoritism, there was so much pettiness, there was so much just disdain for one another. And then, what is that? Where you go about and try to force failure on one another. Whoops. When you go about try to force failure on one another, like they call it something like the crab bucket thing. It's like someone isn't doing as good as you, so they try to drag your name through the mud so that they look better, kind of crap. I'm like, dude, first off, step up or shut up. If you're not willing to put in the effort for the job that you have, why are you playing with it? Why did you get hired? How did you get hired, for that matter? It's like, I take pride in my work. I take pride in my job. If I'm not doing a good job, I legit like beat myself up over it. I'm like, dude, I could have done this better. Flip. I should have done this, you know? Is there any way I could have done it better or faster? Kind of thing. Always looking for the best way to do something. And for people to sit there and constantly try to throw you under the bus even though you're doing a grand job, and then continuously tell you that, oh, you know, if you only did that they'd give you a $60, well, not $60, but 60-cent raise. And if you did this, that they'd do that. But then when you did that, they didn't do what they said they were going to do. Oh, that's crazy. There we go. 31's fine. I'm not going over there. I still remember what some of these people said to me one day, and then was like, oh no, I never said that. I was like, yeah, you did. And it's like, that's why I tried to be a manager to begin with, because you said that I was gonna get this because of that, and because I didn't want to step up, that I wasn't ever going to get a 60-cent raise. That was one of my goals, to get a 60-cent raise, because I was told no one ever gets one. And I was like, all right, let's do this. I want to see if they're flipping corrupt or not. Oh yeah, they're super corrupt. I had the sweetest manager flipping in that place sit there and try to tell me that I wasn't good enough and enough for like a flipping 60-cent raise. The highest they would ever give anyone is a 40-cent raise. The lowest they would ever give anyone is a 20-cent raise. So she sat there trying to lie, and you could tell she was trying to lie. And I kept asking her, is she okay? And I was like, I said her name. I was like, all you had to do was tell me that you're not allowed to give a 60-cent raise. And I just would have nodded and walked. I was like, you didn't need to lie to me. I was like, you're one of my favorite managers. If you say that you're not allowed to, I will understand. And she just like fumbled again with her words, and then she just nodded. And I was like, okay, that's all you had to say. It's like, dude, I don't like being lied to. If they're not allowed to due to company policy and whatnot, or flipping big leagues sitting there telling them they can't do this because of that, those big leagues need to be looked at, like severely looked at. Because it's not fair to anybody having that option, but yet never using it because others are abusing it. Oh, I think I've been here. Maybe. Possibly. I don't think so. Hold on. Let me take a screenshot of that. Alright, well, I went all the way down here and I couldn't find the... Did it really not get in my inventory? Where is it? Did you just cheat me out of my boat? I think they just cheated me out of my boat. There it is. I see you now. Alright. I got worried there. I was like, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna have to take down some trees. This is gonna be sucky. I'm gonna chance it. Bonsai! I wanna say what I wanna do, but I'm gonna leave that a surprise. It's nothing nefarious, no worries there. It's gonna be legit. I'm going to purchase some stuff, and then I'm going to benefit the all with it. Wow, 4 split, huh? Should be interesting. It's gonna be a mouth dropper though. Okay, so I must be super close to that then. I'm just gonna wrap around this way. I want to live a happy life. And I want to make sure that other people know that I'm happy, except for their failed attempts to make me miserable as Flip. And I want to sit there and wave to them and go, I know, I know. Didn't think I'd get here, but, ooh, and then celebrate with like accomplishing games and whatnot, you know, some interesting things. You know, my celebration party, I'm gonna bake a big flippin' I don't know, just hold on. I'm gonna bake a cookie brownie cake. It's gonna be magical. And I'm gonna put I did it on that cake. That's it. It's gonna have one little candle. I don't need like a flippin' huge celebration. I'm gonna sit there and try to wolf down that cake myself. I mean, yeah, if I have friends at the time, I'm gonna totally share, but a cookie brownie cake, it's gonna be fantastic. I'll get some ice cream. Should be fun. Well, if I had friends and like we did it together, I'd put we did it, you know, but seems how I'm trying to do things kind of myself in certain ways. I might as well put we did it. Be fun. I will eat so much cookie cake and cookie brownie cake and so much flippin' ice cream that I don't even want to get out of bed in the next morning, and then possibly never want to eat sweets again. But, you know, it's gonna be a wild night, I tell you what. Gonna go crazy off of candy. flip. I ain't going out to a stupid club or anything. Have people, strange people breathing down my neck or whatever. Great. Sounds like a time, you know. Flip that. Coffee, brownie, cake, ice cream. Gonna have a wild night. Ooh, watch some horror movies too. That would be flipping crazy. Maybe some animes. Just go like on a flipping anime thing. Yeah, whatever. I like anime, okay? Damn. Watch some Attack on Titan, some like Bleach, go through the whole 300 plus episodes, I think. I think I was only on like 297. I don't even know how the damn thing ends. I was down to the point, oh, I don't want to ruin any. Bleach is an interesting series. You might want to look it up. It's fantastic. I haven't finished Naruto either. Someone accidentally spoiled it for me. They told me two characters got together and they had a child, and I was like, what? And they were like, you know, it was because of this moment right here. And I was like, what? I was like, I haven't even seen that one either. And they're like, where were you at? And I was like, I'm still back where they were all fighting and the Hokage just passed out because they healed everyone, and you know, now she's in like this little coma thing, and it's like, they're like, whoa, you're really far back there. And I was like, I was told to wait until somebody caught up, and I'm trying to wait. They never did catch up either. It's been years. He's like, hey, you want to watch some Naruto? Hey, you want to watch some Naruto? You want to catch up to where, oh, you can go ahead and watch without me. And then, like, I'd go about watching, oh, hey, why don't we do this instead? But, it's like, alright, what are we doing? I will blast through flippin' seasons. I really will. Like, if I like a flippin', what is that thing called? A series? I will plow through it. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I went to watch this Wednesday series. I was so angry at the character choices. Damn. I hope they're able to take them all down. Let's hope. Just give me a second. I'm gonna repair your guy in a minute. If I can. Punk. Where's your does anyone see like a red flap? There he is. It's a mighty warrior right there. Tell you what. Okay, so what the flip? I need that there. Alright. So. Alright. Yeah. I got really into like Fairy Tail for a little bit. I don't know. No, it said Seven Deadly Sins. I tried to get into Fairy Tail, but they kept just talking about the fire salamander, you know, put a I put a heat in my belly or something like that. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I can't even. I really can't. I'm done. That was his catchphrase. It put a fire in my belly. I know he's a a salamander person and like fire elemental and whatnot, but why does he have to sit there and say, put a fire in my belly? It's flipping crazy. I was like, I can't take this seriously. I'm stuck now. I can't get over here. Alright, so. I liked Attack on Titan. That was very violent. Possibly like 17 to 18 years and older, I'd recommend. Bleach would possibly be 15 and older. I mean, if your parents approve, then okay. But I'd rate that one 15. Let's see. Naruto, that was pretty cool. I mean, you could be 13 or older to watch that. It still has a bit of violence and some suggestive language here and there, but it's not that bad. I mean, most stuff you wouldn't hear in like an open world chat forum kind of thing. You know? They keep things pretty damn low key and no cursing and not that much violence. It's just like and then the little hand signal things. Sorry, I'm a big nerd. Whatever. I like what I like, you know. Um. No, 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 no. Ah. Gotta get away, gotta get away. Can't run fast enough. Can't run fast enough. Are they still chasing me? Are they still chasing me? That's a bunny. Alright, so. Oh, damn. There's some other cute one. Fruit baskets. Fruit basket is a cute little, I think 2 to 3 season. I'm not trying to say romance novel, but there's like a little bit of romance. She is so adorable. Adorable. She's so nice. I mean, she's nicer than me. And that's saying something. Holy flip. But anyways, it's like I would have possibly yelled at a few of those people doing certain things. It's like first off, you don't Okay, there are a few points where the redhead was trying to. I don't remember his name. Why am I supposed to know people's names? I don't even know the whole cast. It was about the zodiac signs. So apparently there's this family who is cursed. Um, and they hold the curse for the whole family of the zodiacs, and the ones who were born on these specific days and years or whatever are that zodiac member. And it's cute because if there's any type of opposite like sex contact, like a oh, how cute and adorable, excuse me, like a hug, or somebody gets like all flustered by the opposite sex, then they revert into an animal of that zodiac sign, which was interesting, very interesting. And I was just like, dude, this is interesting. Obviously, but it's really cute. There's nothing like it's like rated PG for like parental guidance. There's nothing bad in it, honestly. Fruit Basket. It's cute and adorable. She is kind of space cadet-y, almost, like not in a good way space cadet-y, like she's smart, she's nice, she's smart to an extent. She's nice to uh getting herself in trouble and accidentally hurting herself. And then she very caring and considerate, and I was like, yeah, that's really nice. I was like, I want her to be a friend. I was like, I'd love a friend like that. I would protect them like there was nobody else in the world. I would flippin', dude, be like, what are you doing with my friends? You better be nice to my friend, kind of thing. But yeah, she was fantastic. Well, there was this one part where the redhead had said something about how she shouldn't like just zone off when there were like males around and everything, because people were gonna try to do stuff, and so she started looking all serious and stuff, and he's like, no, you don't have to do it because I'm around right now, you can look ditzy now. And I was like, what the flip? I was like, what the hell is that about? And then she just goes, and he's like, no, I don't mean that, ditzy. It's like, wow, some craziness. But it was adorable. I watched like maybe 2 to 3 episodes and they just stopped playing it. So I had to find it, and I got the 2 seasons. Well, I think there were more than 2 seasons, but it was a few seasons of it. And it was adorable. She helped people come to terms with certain things, and she got hugged by this little boy who was like the goat, or no, not the goat zodiac, but the sheep zodiac or something like that. It was adorable. It was a little boy. He was in love with the tiger zodiac, and she only viewed him as a friend. And I know, yeah, that's weird because it's the family, second, third, fourth cousins and whatnot. But yeah, he was in love with her, and she only looked at him as a friend. And because like they were family, and I think her name was Orihime or Origime or something like that. I don't remember, but she kind of was like, okay, you don't need to be so mean and everything, and nobody's judging you. We just want to be your friend and all this good stuff. And then he came out of his like mean shell, and it was adorable. Would it really happen in real life? Possibly not, but it was still adorable to watch. I was like really weirded out about some of these family members. I was like, yeah, I know they're like little kids and whatnot, like 5, 6. They don't quite understand that whole concept yet, but I'm sure they're gonna learn. I'm almost there. Well, I recall that there are ooh, some areas around here that are kind of coral driven, if that makes sense. What the hell was that? I believe it was over here. That looks like coral. Finally. Alright, let's make a shelter and call that a night. Alright. Oh, finally found the coral. I should have just went after this area all along. Holy F, that was such a waste of time. But I'm glad you were there with me because we had fun, right? Alright, so